is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We are doing a couple lists that we've been thinking, theorizing, stuff like that. So I love doing these videos because especially when new stuff comes out or a new update, in this case, the new mission packet is coming out. So you got to think about what list you're going to be making to do secondaries and primary and all that fun stuff. So we're going to do our first list video today. It's going to be based off of the new Death Guard Codex. So there's a ton of Death Guard players out there right now. I'm super excited about ending this season with Death Guard. We just won a GT with Death Guard. That was the first time we brought him to the GT, and we were running Vectorum. So check out that video because we did a whole video on that. But this one, we're going to go over 5 videos or 5 lists, just kind of like brainstorming. You know, obviously you can give, you know, your own little insights and tweaks and stuff like that. This is kind of like what I've been thinking, and we're going to do one special one at the end for the Patreon. So if you guys are Patreons, I know a lot of you guys joined when we dropped that new Death Guard video. That was fucking awesome. Appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. All these videos go ahead of time on patreon.com, and you get special perks. You get to vote, you get to have your own Patreon Discord chat, which a lot of people help each other out, ask questions, all that stuff. If you guys are competitive, you get to message me one-on-one, kind of having that coach in your corner just to bounce ideas off of. And also if you guys are Grandmaster, you guys get to play potentially me when I work from home. We play TTS games for our Grandmasters. We do coaching for them as well as battle reports for them. If you guys want any suggestions about battle reports you want to see, that's what the Grandmaster status will get you. It's kind of one-on-one coaching, and we set up a call once a month if you guys need any GT or RTT prep. So got that out of the way. Let's get into the merch real quick because a lot new merch up on the store, a lot of Death Guard stuff, and then we'll get into the 5 list Death Guard. Alright guys, if you want to support the channel, head over to the merch store. The description below has the link. All these shirts are up for sale. These legit red, white, and blue shirts look fire at a GT. They're super comfortable, super non-shrinkage. It's just a really nice shirt. Spent a lot of time picking out the right shirt. All these designs are up for sale, all the stickers as well. And if you guys need some models, we got the Cypher, which is legit. We got the Tech Marine with Grey Knight bits. We have the Phobos Librarian, the Phobos Captain, the Calidus Assassin should be in every list, and old school Codiez. We have the widgets, 6-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, 2-inch, half-inch. We have our objective markers, which are great for sticky objectives, any marking for oath, anything like that, and all of the stickers. So hit me up on Discord, DM, that's how you get a hold of these, and the merch tab below for the shirts. Now back to the video. Alright guys, can't talk about the merch enough. This logo is like my favorite logo of the 3. We just got mugs in, so mugs look legit. I just ordered one for myself. I think it's a 16-ounce mug, but it got the Dirtbag Nation with the Typhus logo on it. I think I did one for Grey Knights and Chaos as well. And then the hats. The hat literally came in an hour before I left for the GT, so we had to represent the hat. The hat is fire. That's up in the merch store as well. Alright, so first list, we're going to start right at the top with Morty Hammer tanks. So this was a list that I figured if you're going to run tanks, you might as well just fucking spam it. This one is Death Guard Demon Prince. I think the Demon Prince should be in every list besides the Demon one. I think the Demon Ally, there's only one strat that Death Guard can use in that detachment, and it's the full rerolls to hit. Everything else is based off of demons, and the Demon Prince of Nurgle doesn't work on the demons free thing. So that's probably the only list that he shouldn't be in, but every single list he should be in, and this is one of them. Then we have the Lord of Contagion with the Death Shroud and Lord of Contagion. It's just such a good combo. Like once they come down, then you can really start playing your game. Lord of Virulence, they have the Lone Op one, so it's Lone Op, and then you get to pick reroll ones within 30 inches, I think. So having a Lone Op, you know, T7, 6 wounds, 204 seems pretty good. But then Typhus is also another, like, do I bring him or do I not bring him? Every time I bring him, he does get me points. So it's very hard to take him out, being a solo character, coming down, doing an action, especially with how many actions we have to do in the new mission packet, him coming down, doing an action, and then potentially doing D6 mortals on top of that while continuing the action. So I like just putting him in deep strike every single game and just kind of come down when you need him, and then do that extra action to finish off a tank, start killing something, whatever you need to do. And he hits like a boss. So those are the characters. And then we have the Plague Marines, just have a battle line unit. We have Predator Destructor. Now when these guys shoot at something, it's +1 AP. In the shooting phase, doesn't continue in the other phases, but you would put autocannon and everything else on them, like the Havoc Launcher, the Bolter, and the Heavy Bolters. I like the Heavy Bolters on the Predator because of lethal sustain. You're already minusing 1 to their toughness. It's a lot of shots. So we have 2 Predator Destructors, and then we have the Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn are they're great. Like, they're, after playing them in the first GT, I can see them being in every single list. This list has 2 of them, so 2 ways to scout turn 1 and then get to places that you really need to get to, and also it pushes the opponents back from getting to all your tanks. So that the T7 for 5-up Field of Pain, really good. So 2 spawn units, and then we have the Death Shroud Terminators with the Lord of Contagion. They also help spread the contagion, so the Death Shroud can get where you want them to get. Being speed 8, they're able to basically just move out from a wall, advance, get somebody within 6 inches, probably on turn 2, and then just come down and murder whatever the hell you want. Then we got obviously the 3 Blight Launchers. They're we don't know if they're going to go up like soon, but they're probably going to go up. 100 points each, but 3 of them because the Lord of Virulence and them just insane. Then we have the Plague Burst Crawlers. 2 of these guys, we got to test them out. Has anybody used these guys yet in the new codex? I think with the full rerolls to hit with the Lord of Virulence, being solo, we can move up and potentially look at something. Full rerolls to hit with the blast weapon, indirect, lethal, definitely helps. But also his cannons now are, I think, 36 inches, so they actually can shoot from pretty far away. So if they peek out, being a 2-up save, so in cover, 2-up save, peek out, shoot something 36 inches away. All these guys are 36 inches. So these guys are shooting really, really far away. And I think in this attachment, you just pick 2 units that are contagion. So the spawn, I'm just thinking now, if you take 80 points out and just have 1 spawn, because it has to be 12 inches away from your army. So spawn are still good. I'm thinking like just auto contain it and then drop the Death Shroud in. That's actually a really good combo. Then 2 units of Poxwalker. So having 1 in your backfield to block your home objective. I mean, the Plague Burst Crawlers are probably going to be protecting one of them, at least your home field, most of the time anyway. They went down, I think, OC3 instead of OC4. And then you're going to infiltrate 1 and then keep the other one back in your home field. So that's the first list. I think it actually seems really good. It's got a lot of firepower. It's really tanky. And then you got your characters to help out with everything. So T12, Demon Prince, just staying near the lone op Lord of Virulence. So they're both lone op now. Seems pretty scary. So that's first list, guys. Let's go into the Morty Vectorum 2. This is the one where we won the GT with, except the difference is we split up 2 Plague Marine units instead of 1 Plague Marine unit. I definitely like the 1 Plague Marine unit, but having 2 options for 2 more secondaries and 2 more units, I think might benefit me for the way I played it. But we have Ballast Putrefier, still critting on 5s. The Demon Prince of Nurgle with the 5-up Feel No Pain. Foul Blight Spawn. This guy came in clutch, actually, I think 3 of my 6 games. Not being able to advance within 9 inches of him. So you can run him solo, or you can put him with a 5-man unit. If you run him solo, you can basically just move up the Rhino, get out, and just camp him in the center ruin, so that way nobody within 9 inches can advance near him. Or if you put him with a 5-man unit, the 5-man unit can do the same thing, but now you have a character which can, like, Overwatch with Flamers, 2 damage Flamers. He hits really good, and it's fight first once per game, which also helps if you have some heavy weapons in that Plague Marine unit. 2 Lord of Contagion, one of them has the Furnace, which is the Dev, and then one of them has the Demon's Weapon. So crit on 5. So crit sustain and crit lethal on 5s is what I learned at game 5 of the last GT. Is that actually is a really good combo. Morty, people say Morty isn't competitive. Morty is very competitive, especially in this attachment. I think this attachment highlights all of his strengths, not a lot of his weaknesses, and you just have him for the reactive move and shoot back, and he's just a tank. Like -1 damage in this detachment with cover from the Demon Prince, and the Demon Prince be able to make it 1 CP. He's not, I'm gonna say unkillable, he's just really, really hard to take down. And I play him very defensively. If you check out any of my videos on him, very defensively until the Death Shroud come in, and then you kind of launch him forward. And then we got Typhus. Obviously, like I said before, Typhus should be in every list. 2 5-man Plague Marine units. I think you kit them out based off who's going to be leading them. So, for example, I have Melta, 2 heavy plague weapons, a Blight Launcher, and a Power Fist. So this one, you could substitute a Blight Launcher for a Flamer if you really want to. You could do the Icon. But this one is probably going to be with the critting on 5s because they're going to be closer. I'm going to use them to move up, shoot randomly, but then when they charge, all of their heavy weapons are going to crit on 5s. And then the other one has the Plague Spewer, Power Fist, 2 heavy plague weapons, Melta. So this one's going to be with the other Flamer. You could take away one of the heavy weapons for the... But then again, fight first once per game. Having 2 of them is going to be good because that's 3 heavy weapons. Fight first. So if you keep the Plague Spear, you can get rid of the Melta Gun and just have another Flamer. But it's anti-infantry 4 up. Like, it's not as good. I think the Melta or Plasma might be better. Or the Icon. Icon could be good too. So those are the 2 Plague Marine units. The Rhino, obviously, and then the Spawn. Same thing. Spawn are just so good for turn 1 secondaries. Area Denial, Cleanse, Containment's going away, but they're going to get you up the board turn 1 and get people into good stage reigns. 2 Death Shroud Terminators, 2 Bloat Drones, Blade Launchers. Those are the only ones I could fit. And then 2 Poxwalker units, 1 in the back, 1 Scout, or 1 Infiltrate, and then that's it. So this is the GT winning list, except 2 5-mans instead of 1 10-man. Let's go to Demon Allies. This seems so fun, honestly. I really want to get these guys painted up and put on the table. We did a test game with them stream, so I actually have a stream game online if you want to check that out. The stream game was fun. I tweaked it a little bit. So this one, the idea with this is Lord of Contagion with the Beckoning Blight, which means when he comes down, you can then deep strike demons within 12. I think it's wholly within 12, but then outside 6 of the enemy. So your Lord of Contagion's already within basically 6 inches because he's coming down. And then you're going to have like a Rodigus come down, and then maybe another Nurgle unit. Nurglings, right? 6-man Nurgling unit can come down, just be annoying. And then you could have Plague Bearers come down. So you could have all these guys just come down on turn 2 and just YOLO and just kind of like get in so many spots for 6-inch charges. And then 5-inch charges for the Plague Bearers because they get +1 to charge. Wow. All right, so 1 Lord of Contagion doing that. The other Lord of Contagion is going to be in Deep Strike doing the same thing. Rodigus to come down, be super annoying. His debuffs are just so good. Having 4 damage overhead smashes and 2 damage sweeps, and then making your Plague Bearers 2 damage or Nurglings 2 damage, like, he definitely buffs up the army a lot. Willing to Playcaster, this guy has the Tomb, which is everything within 12 inches. If you're demons and you do a Battle Shock test, you heal if you pass. And it's +1 of the test as well, which is so fucking good. So +1 of the test, and if you're battle line, you can heal D3. So it's like bringing shadows for 1 model in your army. It's only on a Malignant Playcaster, or else I put it on somebody more tankier. But yeah, it's only on him, so he has to be like somewhat protected. So you could put him with a 5-man Plague Marine unit and just kind of like put him where you need to put him, mainly in the middle of your Demon's army. Rodic is obviously 250 points. And then our boy Typhus, because like I said before, him being in every single list should be good. Now, the characters are definitely tanky. This guy is key, and this guy is key. But being able to get back up on a 2+, that's another round where if he does get like sniped out and you have somebody else in reserves, he can still be there to help out. So, gotta test that out. Then we have 2 Plague Marine units, both with the icons for the -1 leadership. Then these Death Shroud have -1 leadership, so it's a lot of -1 leadership shenanigans. We have 2 Plague Bearer units. They have Sticky, so we actually have Sticky in this detachment, which is good. So you kind of make the back one sticky with the Plague Bearers. You can then move off if you need to, but The other Plague Bearers are in Deep Strike, so that way they can come down within 6 and then get a 5-inch charge. 1 Rhino, so that way they can carry the 2 Plague Marines. One of them having the Plague Caster, so they can basically move the Rhino up. It can get out, and then you can Deep Strike. No, that was the thought. So if you put that one spell, Beckoning Blight, on like a Plague Caster, for example, turn 2, you can just move the Rhino up 12, get out, and then the demon can come down. But I think by turn 2, you're going to get within 6 inches anyway. So that's why I think having him on this guy might be a little bit better, because 12 inches is huge. You can fit a lot of Rodicuses on the table with that. So 2 Plague Bears, 1 Rhino, and then we have a Beast of Nurgle. I haven't run this one yet in the new detachment. I don't think anything changed on him. I think he's still Scout 6, super tanky. So I think he's going to be our Scout target, because we don't have any, we don't have spawn. So he's going to be our turn 1 Scout 6, be annoying, do an action, and just kind of like be there, right? Then you have 2 Death Shroud Terminators. One of them is going to be with that buffed up Lord Contagion, the other one basic, but they're going to both have that 6-inch Deep Strike. 2 Heavy Blight Launchers, so for some shooting, definitely going to help out. And then 2 Nurglings. I wasn't sure if I'm going to run 2, but there is a strat where you can bring back 6 in this detachment. So this detachment is just so good for Nurglings. So you can only max out 6. You can bring 6 of them back in reserves, which then they can come back down and charge 6 inches again from that one Lord of Contagion. But they can also stop people from fleeing. So there's a strat where if you do a Battle Shock test, maybe at -1, maybe that's why I have the -1 ores everywhere. So -1, and then if they fail, they have to stay in combat so they can't fall back. That's kind of big, and that for Nurgling is just dumb. There's also another strategy that you can shoot in combat with demons, and if you do any wounds, your guys on a 5-up take a mortal wound. So you kind of use them to just flood and kind of like keep charging and keep being super annoying at -1 to hit. Yeah, that's probably why we have 2 of them. I think starting 1 on the table, infiltrating. Actually, you might not even need them on the table because of the 6-inch Deep Strike. Like if you start 1 on the table, you could just kind of like have them there, maybe for engage or having more units in the center now. Like there's benefit of having 1 down, and then the other one getting the 6-inch Deep Strike, and then whenever the first one dies, 1 CP, go back in reserves. They are battle line, so within 12 inches, plus 1 of the roll on a 7, they heal D3 back. So again, I think these guys are just going to be super annoying in this attachment. We're trying out the 3 Plague Drones. They get full rerolls to wound throughout the entire phase for a demon model. So whenever they shoot something, they just have to hit it. Once they hit it, full rerolls to wound for the demon. So the Nurglings, the Plague Bears getting 2 damage from Rodicus, full rerolls to wound, lethal. Rodicus himself, like, going to be pretty good. And they're tanky, super tanky, 3 of them. And then Poxwalkers. So the Poxwalkers, I think, are going to have to infiltrate. And then the Plague Bearer is going to block out the back, because they're going to make it sticky and block out the back until they bring in all the reserves, and then they can move forward. But you don't need another unit of Poxwalkers in the back because you have the Plague Bearers. So you could put Poxwalkers in the back and just have 2 Plague Bearers Deep Strike down if they don't have a lot of reserves. That could be something. Or rapid them down, maybe. Put 1 on your point just to make it sticky, and then they can move up and do something. A couple different ideas, but that is, I think, a really good ally list. If you guys have been thinking about running this is definitely good. I ran it 1 test game. I brought a Geo and a Rodicus, and having 2 of them didn't really do much. I think having 1 is good, and having more units is definitely good. So I think I took 1 out and added 2 of the Heavy Blight Launchers because it seems really good. Cool, so that's that. And then we got Flyblown Main No Morty. So this is the one I tested on TTS with one of our Grandmasters. The video is up on Patreon. But this is I think Flyblown are still good. You can't run 60 Poxwalkers anymore and just kind of like almost auto win, which I understand, but still, like, taking that away, like the Scout and the Stealth, like they could have kept Stealth. I can understand them losing Scout. But then keeping Stealth, like, that just makes sense. But losing Stealth kind of killed that thing, right? That pissed me off. But anyway, this is still a good attachment. The enhancements are good. The strats are really good. So Dean Prince, every list. Lord of Contagion with the healing. So if he dies, he gets back up full wounds, which is just insane. So every time he gets wounded at the end of the phase, if he doesn't die, he heals all the way back up. So then when he dies, and then the end of the phase, he heals all the way back up. So then you have to kill him again fully when he gets back up, which is awesome. So in the other Lord of Contagion, we have Lord of Virulence with the Plague Veil. I did test this out today, and I think I would drop the Plague Veil and just put him in reserves. So Lord of Virulence, I started him on the table for the Scout 5, but having 10 Blight Lords scouting with not a lot of like cover, not a good idea, because then they're just going to be shot. I think Plague Veil is only if you're on an objective, you're lone op. So if I just drop Plague Veil and put them into reserves, I can at least deep strike them down or rapid them down, get something into contagion range, and then just blow something up off the table with 1 CP, full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound because of the Lord of Virulence. So I think them in reserves are going to be a lot better than starting on the table. And then we got the Taliman. So I think I would put the Plague Veil on the Taliman because I played Knights today, and having all indirect shots, and if I would have just had the Taliman on the point with the Plague Veil, he wouldn't have been able to be shot. I would have kept my home field objective, and he would have been alive still. So that, I think, realized that I don't need that Lord of Virulence because they're going to get in 18 inches within by turn 2 anyway, so that's kind of like 25 points wasted. But if I put it on the Taliman, he can at least be in the backfield and not have to worry about indirect and still hold my home field point. So that's what we're going to switch up. Then we got Typhus. Obviously, like I said, Typhus is in every single list. 2 Plague Marine units. The Icon of Despair, because there is a strat where if you charge me 1 CP, you have to do a Battle Shock test at -1. So if you have the Icon, it's -2, which is such a good strat. So in the fight phase, not if you charge, it's in the fight phase, whoever's within combat with you, 1 CP, -1. And then if you're within 6 inches of the Icon or the Death Shroud Icon, it's -1. Doesn't stack, but -2 leadership, or else you battle shocked, is really fucking good in the fight phase. So that's why we have both them with the Icons. One heavy weapon, 2 heavy weapons, and then 1 Plague Spear, Blight Launcher, and that's it. So maybe, because there's no character, you could put a Taliman with one of them, but I was doing the healer, the guy that brought one of them back, but I ran out of points. So it's just Taliman. You could put a Taliman with the Plague Marines, and they could scout forward in the top, and then they can then just run onto the point. So that way the Taliman has the Plague Veil, so the unit is lone op 18, and they're just camping the point for you. So that actually could be a good test. Instead of him camping your home field, if you're not playing fucking all Knights like I did, he could just kind of move up and take over the top point with a unit of 5 Plague Marines, and then the other 5 are just doing actions. All right, then we got 1 Blight Lord Terminator unit, 10-man. Like I said, I think I'm gonna put these guys in reserves because they do murder. Like 2 Reaper autocannons with full rerolls to hit, sustain, and Dev with full rerolls to wound. 2 Plague Spears, anti-infantry 2+ with full rerolls to wound. 2 Blight Launchers, and then 4 combi weapons with Dev and then full rerolls to wound. So yeah, this unit just murders infantry really, really well. So, and all AP2 mostly, because if they're shooting at something in contagion range, it's +1 strength, +1 AP. So yeah, we're gonna put these guys in there. They're stealth. If you keep them within 6 inches of the Blight Hauler, they can be -1 to wound. So the Blight Hauler is kind of important in this list. Spawn, like I said, Spawn super good to spread that contagion and get the Death Shroud in combat. 2 Death Shroud units, 2 Blight Launchers, 1 Mythic Blight Hauler because you need it in this attachment, and then 2 Poxwalkers. So again, they lost Stealth and Scout, but they're still good to hold the backfield and then infiltrate to do turn 1 secondaries. So you don't really have to set up for what's it called? Containment anymore turn 1, which kind of helps. Now you don't have to do 2 units on 2 different corners, but you still have to set up for engage. You still have to set up for they pick one of the objectives in no man's land, so you really have to set up for that one, having more units in no man's land than your opponent. So all these new actions and objectives you have to plan for. So containment, losing that one out, now you don't have to set up like wholly in that corner to try and get containment turn 1. So that helps out with the Poxwalkers. Poxwalkers now can be a little bit more aggressive, so that way if you do go first and they pick that one objective all the way in the corner, you can now get that like almost guaranteed turn 1. So if you go second and they shoot you, that's gonna be a little bit tough, but at least it's gonna help out with that secondary. So that is that. Now for the fun one, before we go to the Patreons, the fun one is this is the new Poxwalker detachment. So I really want to put this back on the table. I tested this live stream on the Battle Report when this first came out. We were testing the leaks, so go check out that video. But this one, it's not anywhere near the Chaos Cult level. Like Chaos Cult is just busted. We were in that for the whole year. That's what got us the first place Chaos Space Marine. This is not going to get you there. This is not going to get you to, you know, winning GTs super competitively. Like, you have to play to your best advantage to try and win with this list. But let's go over it. Shamblerot Victorum. New Poxwalkers. All right. We got Demon Prince because he does benefit in this detachment. All the strats are Poxwalkers mainly, and one can sacrifice to a Poxwalker unit. So him being 2-up, 4-up, T12, and can sack wounds off to a Poxwalker unit, he's almost as tanky as Morty. So he's there, give the free strat, definitely helps out. Lord of Contagion, I definitely want one of these guys in the list with the Death Shroud. So one of these guys to come down and murder Marines or characters or smaller tanks, like having them have a deep 6-inch deep strike, them not in your list, it's almost like you're not even playing Death Guard. Like, they're not as scared playing into Death Guard without these guys in your list. So having one of them is definitely key, even in the Poxwalker detachment. Malignant Plaguecaster, he has the +1 damage to his flamer, so every time he uses it, you kill, I think it's D3 bodyguard models. You don't get any save, they just die. But still, it's +1. It's D3 +1 damage, like pretty good on a flamer. Then we big old Morty. So we got Morty. He's in this attachment because I was telling one of my buddies how you play or build around Morty is which detachment can make him survive better. If there's a detachment that he's just there to be there, like Flyblown, for example, Flyblown doesn't really have any strats that benefit him. He doesn't benefit stealth. He can't sack off wounds. He can't really do anything because most of it's infantry. So him being there doesn't do shit. He's just 380 points of just monster. That's it. Other detachments, like the main detachment for -1 damage, explode, all that stuff, great. This detachment, sacking off wounds to Poxwalkers, great. Another detachment that he could be good in, whatever ones that has like a defensive buff, he would be best in. So those are probably the two best ones that he would be used in competitive play. Which this list that you bring I might bring this to an RTT. I think it'd be fun. Noxus Blightbringer. Yes, we are bringing Noxus Blightbringers. They're one of the only characters that can join Poxwalker units. So this one has the Lord of Walking Pox and the Talisman of Bergen. One of these two lets you come in as if it's turn 3, meaning that you can actually rapid ingress turn 1 with these guys. So if he's leading like a unit of 20 Poxwalkers, for examples, turn 1 you could just rapid ingress turn 1 in your opponent's deployment zone. So if they leave you that, sure, but if they don't, at least you can still come in turn 1, do an action, try make a 9-inch charge. It's just it's pretty cool to have. You can combine that with him. You can combine that with Typhus. Like, he can join another unit led by another character. So any one of your character units can come in turn 1. Next, this one, I might get them mixed up, but one of them has toughness 5. I wasn't sure if you're going to run the toughness 5 one or the +1 OC, because that one seems good, but again, they just die. And I'm using my 20-man Poxwalkers for Morty mainly. So if I could have them be T5, they're going to be harder to kill, and you're going to be harder to kill my characters. So I'm going to combine that guy with my Typhus. So now my Typhus's unit, instead of being T4, is T5. I think that's going to be a huge swing, especially with the -1 to hit aura and the T5 and sacking off wounds and shit like that. So he can also make poxes. So if he uses his ability, kills a model or unit, he can make guys, which helps with threat ranges, stuff like that. His sweep can kill guys, his melee, poxwalkers can kill guys. So that combo, they're +1 speed, so you go up to speed 6 poxwalkers, and then there's a stratagem that gives you +1 speed, +1 attack, +1 strength, I think. So they're going to be speed 7 poxwalkers, just moving slowly across the table. No advance in charge, but I want to try that. So that's going to be super fun to test out. Then we have 1, 2, 3 20-mans, going to be led by Typhus, Blightbringer, Plaguecaster. And then we have 1, 2, 3 regular 10-man. So they're going to be infiltrating in the backfield. One can infiltrate aggressively. One can infiltrate defensively in a corner. The other can hang back in your home field to block off the deep strikes. And then you have 3 more coming in reserves on turn 2, 3, and 4. So this list does very well with secondaries. Kind of like spreads out the board, blocks out the board really well. They're just either walking on. There's a strat that you can deep strike them, so you can deep strike your poxes coming down from the sky. So those are the poxes we have with the leaders, and then we have obviously 1 Death Shroud Terminator unit with the Lord of Contagion, and some. I didn't have these in the list before. I didn't have any shooting. I forget what else I had. But we're bringing the 3 heavy blight launchers for some shooting support in the back. So they're probably going to be maybe coming in from reserves, or if how they deploy, you might have to start them on the table and hopefully get some good angles. But you're going to use them not just to come out and like shoot one thing. You're going to kind of almost like use them to like sync up and like blow something up, and hopefully not get shot too much back, because they have 100 poxwalkers that they have to deal with, and Morty, and a Demon Prince, and Death Shroud. So that's why these guys are going to be huge in the list. So that is our poxwalker build. I think I spent some time on this list. So lastly, guys, we're going to do a Terminator MSU for our Patreon. So if you guys are Patreons, head over to patreon.com, scroll to the back, and then you'll see this list. This list is the Terminator build, basically. Super fun. I played it a couple times so far, and I definitely think there are some tweaks and benefits and really funny strat that some of you might know, some of you might not, but that's going to be fun. That's over on the Patreon page. Head over to support. You can join the Discord. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. And we're going to Atlantic City Open next. We're going to Lone Star Open. We're going to Nova, and we're going to LVO, and then Worlds. So if you guys are there, make sure you come up, say hi, and you're a dirtbag, and we'll give you some limited dirtbag dice. So guys, appreciate it, good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get if you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons. You guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.